Welcome to Thursday, April 9th. You have the Day Weather Podcast. Thanks for listening and watching today. Well, let's talk about what we have coming up. In the short term, well, the weather looks really, really good. It's going to be good through tomorrow, then it's all downhill. We have an Arctic front that will be arriving in Montana by Friday night, into northern Wyoming by sunrise Saturday. But enjoy really good weather the next 2 days. If you can get outside, if you need to do some chores outside, stock growers take advantage of the next couple of days. Then we've got this huge drop in temperatures with snow likely in most areas on Easter Sunday. It is going to snow over most of this region on Easter Sunday. Cold is going to persist for at least a week or more. Spring, folks, I'm afraid to say, could be on hold until May. The next 2 to 3 weeks, while there will be warm-ups, they're going to be really short-lived. Stock growers, I can't stress strongly enough, our confidence is very high. Take precautions to protect young and weak livestock, really beginning in northern Wyoming Friday night in southern Montana, then the entire region Saturday night, Sunday, and into Monday, with more bouts of snow and cold maybe developing midweek. This is where we're going to be today with the jet stream pattern. The ridge is up in the Gulf of Alaska, but the colder flow is staying off to our east. And we've got southwest flow continuing ahead of that low out of California. So we're enjoying this little sliver here of high pressure and warmer, fair weather. It is really going to be quite nice the next 2 days. However, by Saturday morning, this low is coming out of British Columbia and heading southeast. While it doesn't look terribly impressive, this little kink in the jet stream is really driving a lot of what the weather is going to be. And then you can see all this blue up here. This is all just extremely cold air that's going to come south right into the heart of the Rockies and the high plains. Now that's by Saturday morning. By Sunday afternoon, that British Columbia kink in the jet stream is right there. There's another one right behind it. And look, there's another one there. Then the Gulf of Alaska ridge is well entrenched. Now, if you were to look at this and not see the data up here, you would say, well, that might be something you'd see in January or February. This is just off the charts cold for April. Now, by next Wednesday night into Thursday, look, here's another little ripple coming through. So there's another snow event and another reinforcement of cold weather coming the middle of next week. Now, 10 days out, we see the flow flatten out a little bit. So late next week and by next weekend, we may have a little bit of a warm-up coming in, but here's another one. Here's another one up here, and the Gulf of Alaska ridge is basically maintaining itself, and that's the problem. As long as that Gulf of Alaska ridge is going to be up there, the door to Canada is open. And look at this. This is extremely cold air, and it's all on our side of the hemisphere. Over on the other side of the hemisphere, it's not nearly as cold. The coldest air in the northern hemisphere is on our side of the hemisphere for the next couple of weeks. So this guy right here is going to push fronts south into the United States here for the next couple of weeks. This is what the precipitation outlook is through Monday. This doesn't include what's coming the middle of next week because there's another round of snow coming, but that pattern looks very similar to what you've seen all week during this podcast, that northwest to southeast flow. And a lot of these areas that are blue here are going to see quite a bit of snow. This is going to be mostly snow. It will start as rain, but it won't last long. This is what it will be like if we were to imagine the snow falling at 32 degrees, a 10-to-1 ratio. Pretty impressive, and you can see the front range of Colorado, northeast Colorado, all of Nebraska, all of Wyoming, western South Dakota, southern Montana, getting into the mix. Now, with the air being really cold with this, we could use another formula for snowfall. It's called Kuchera, and it shows that we could have snow amounts that look like this through Monday afternoon. It's probably going to be between these two. Take the average. So you could see that we're looking at 3 to 6 inches up to 9 inches with that first ratio. The second ratio, we've got bigger snow amounts. I can tell you the Bighorn Mountains of Wyoming are going to get clobbered. This pattern clobbers the Bighorns. It also is going to bring significant snow to the North Laramie Range. It's going to bring heavy snow to Wyoming's southern mountains and the north central mountains of Colorado. This type of pattern is a big snow producer. Look at the Wind Rivers. So the big snowpack basins are going to pick up a lot of water out of this pattern. These are the forecasted low temperatures for Monday morning. These are in Fahrenheit. Anywhere you see gray, that's below zero. So it's conceivable there's going to be pockets of sub-zero temperatures by Monday morning. Single digits across western Nebraska, most of central and eastern Wyoming. The Front Range of Colorado has got some single digits and lower teens. The cold air does spill onto the western slope as well, so going to be pretty cold over there. Pretty cold out here in Utah along the Wasatch Front. This is a midwinter type outbreak of cold. So for your Easter egg hunt this year, well, it's going to look like that in some areas. So looks like Easter egg hunts may want to be indoors. We'll update you on this storm and this big change in the weather tomorrow. In the meantime, have a great Thursday.